Just as in child care, safety is first and foremost a priority in the doggy daycare business. The first aspect of safety involves facility. The best way to make sure dogs are securely kept in and out is by using a double or even triple gate system. This not only ensures the dogs stay where they should, as new people and animals arrive, it allows your customers security. When I started training in my backyard, I had a standard fence with a standard gate. My customers would have to be vigilant about new people coming in, wrangling their dogs every time the gate opened. With the double and triple gate system, even the slickest dog can be caught before anything bad happens. Jason is going to show you how this works.
Alright, what you're looking at is the back side of our triple gate system for when dogs come in the morning. Kelly has already brought her dog into the holding area, and so now she's going to come in this gate. So you can see these other guys are just looking out there. What's she doing? Well, she's able to comfortably bring the dog in, and now when she opens the gate, if a dog does happen to get through there, it's not the end of the world, because they're nice and they're closed in that section, so they can't go out into the street. So even if that gate were open, there's another holding area. So it's just for the safety of the animals and for the people. So anyway, we hope this has helped you, and I appreciate our worker Kelly Schneider doing such a fantastic job.
Not only do you need a high fence, you need one that can't be climbed or dug under. Burying a fence in the ground and cementing the boundaries is always a good idea. Also, avoid fences that can be climbed, like chain link. I also have had great luck with fences that dogs cannot see through, as it creates distraction. It also diminishes curious neighbors and onlookers. Collars with tags are advised for daycare as long as you can monitor the dogs. Many a collar has been chewed up as a dog plays, and at times dogs get themselves hung by loose collars and tags. Be wary of such problems. If your area is secure, you may want to take collars and tags off or replace them with paper collars of your own.
Okay.
We do not advise clients leaving personal items. We will accept blankets or loveys, but they are kept in the dog's special crate. Dogs are not allowed to play with them during the day, as it can lead to territorial problems and the destruction of others' property. The second safety category is pack related. You want to make sure to establish a well-balanced pack so that scuffles are minimized and fights are non-existent. A little knowledge of animal behavior, such as posturing, submissive aggression, and desensitization, are helpful in putting your pack together. I will give you a full rundown on this in just a minute. Beforehand, though, I know many of you may not have yet the first dog, much less a pack, so let me give you a suggestion. Foster to establish a pack. There are a ton of fostering programs available in your area. They range from taking home shelter dogs to fostering from the most frou-frou of all rescue breeds. Unfortunately, there are so many homeless and abandoned dogs, it is easy to find all varieties. Be careful when you foster that you are sure of temperament, and when you place these dogs in playgroups, be very wary of this. Because of their background, some may have issues that will arise later or when introduced to certain traits. When putting more than one rescue dog together, you must be very diligent in monitoring behavior and warning signs. With that being said, there are many well-tempered dogs needing homes that would greatly benefit from the socialization of being in your pack, even for a little while. Having the extra dogs will give your customers a sense of purpose, socialization, playtime, etc., for bringing them into daycare. Make sure you keep in mind size for playgroups as well as level of play. Some dogs are more playful than others and would annoy those that are less playful. Submissive dogs should make up the majority of your playgroup. If you have a dog that is not submissive, one that postures or is territorial, it is fine as long as there are others in the playgroup that are submissive. You do not want two dominating dogs in the same playgroup, as there will be a fight for the alpha status. In this video, you can clearly see a submissive and an alpha dog. The shepherd, the alpha, postures himself while playing, always on top. The Weimaraner, being submissive, always goes toward the ground, playing under the alpha. Likewise, if you have a submissive dog that cowers in the corner, be wary of him feeling backed in by you or another dog, as they often come out fighting. Give this type of dog space to feel comfortable and secure. Let him come out on his own time. When introducing a new dog, it is imperative that you know how the existing pack is going to greet him. I always introduce new dogs to a pack member that does not care at all about the new dog. This control dog is not interested in playing, but rather being lazy and rather nonchalant. This way, the new dog is in control and does not feel any anxiety. You can then observe the other dog's response and gauge if you have a submissive or an alpha dog. The golden lying down is the control dog, and the active one sniffing and wanting to play is our new pack member. We know what type of personality this one has by observing him with our control dog, who exhibits little to no behavior. There are varying levels in between, such as what I like to call the bully complex, where a dog will react one way to a smaller dog and another to a larger dog. There are also dogs that are fine with calm dogs but get anxious around hyper ones. So always be on your lookout. Again, here are 3 important things to look for: posturing, eye contact, tail positioning. In this clip, watch the small brown and black puppy. He is well balanced and used to dogs. So are the others. I introduce him to a small playgroup whose tails are all up and wagging, and they all feel comfortable. When a new client, both owner and dog, come into your facility, what do you do step by step? First, observe both owner and dog as they walk in. Dogs feed a lot off of their owner's reactions, fears, insecurities, and unspoken commands, such as gripping the leash tight. This lets you know what red flags you may see from the dog once the owner leaves. I have learned that the owner will want to tell you exactly how the dog will act. Spot loves other dogs and is friends with everyone, or she is shy and does not like new dogs. But most of the time, when the owner leaves, the dog is left to socialize by themselves, not having the owner as a crutch, and exhibits a totally different personality. So don't take anything the owner says to be truth without observing it yourself in their absence. Get the owner to do the paperwork and then explain that dogs do much better when the owner is not present, and allow the dog only in the see and smell area until they leave. Here's a step-by-step demonstration of how to introduce a new dog to the pack once the owner has left. Alright, your customer has just dropped off a new dog and they have left. When the customer comes in, I have them fill out a registration form and all the proper paperwork, and I put their dog in the see and smell area. This is our see and smell area. The other dogs, medium-sized dogs, like Max, will be in this area with him. But I will only allow him in the little see and smell area so that he can see them and smell them. Once the owner leaves, I remove the other dogs and I bring in one dog that's my test dog. This one dog today is Saba. Now, there are 2 things you need to remember. The test dog, or the evaluation dog, Saba, needs to be a very mellow, mild-tempered dog that is not interested in playing and that is not interested in dominating. We want that sort of dog so that the new dog will not feel intimidated, will feel very comfortable. Now, before I introduce the new dog into our test dog and our test area, I want to make sure that his tail is up, his ears are up, he's happy, he's not cowering in the corner, he doesn't show signs of anxiety or fear. Okay? So we've got 2 good dogs, their tails are both wagging, their ears are up, they're happy, so I know that I can move forward. If I did have caution signs like the tail between the legs, cowering in the corner, then I would want to wait a little while to make them feel more comfortable. If I had signs of a dog that was acting aggressively scared, then I would use a muzzle for precaution. Okay? Either way, I'm going to use this water bottle for precaution, so that if the other dog rushes the new dog or the new dog rushes the other dog, I can simply squirt them, kind of knocks them out of that mode, gives me time to intervene. Okay? So let's go in and introduce our new dog to our evaluation dog. Ready? Okay, on. Now notice the control dog is not rushing the new dog, giving the new dog a chance to run around and feel comfortable. That is important. Okay, everybody's getting along great. This is exactly what we want. If there was a problem, again, I would intervene, separate, give them time to comfort, calm down, and then we would try it again. Now that they're comfortable, it's time to test a new element to the play group. This dog feels like it has a little bit more energy, ready to play a little bit more, so she might not be a good match for, say, by a control dog. She might work with a little more energetic dog. So that's what I'm going to bring in next. Here's a step-by-step demonstration of how to introduce a new dog to the pack once the owner has left. Here is a review. Observe behaviors, sniff and see, keep a muzzle and water bottle handy, use one-on-one introductions, no leashes, submissive, playful start, low energy.